Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into the channel. I'm going to be taking a look at some micro caps on Ethereum. Extremely risky coins. Some of these coins need to be CTO. They don't have a team. Other ones could be potential, I guess, diamonds in the rough, if you will. But these are just absurdly risky coins. It's not financial advice. Guys, please like the video down below and we will get into it. So this is probably the one I guess I'm most confident about out of all of these. This is the butt coin on Ethereum. So there is a butt coin on Solana that I've talked about, and I actually put inside of my top 10. Actually, before we go to it, we'll just look at the price action of this. But there was a butt coin on Solana that right now is trading around 2.7 million, maybe 3 million, maybe 4 million. It might be trading around 4 million. And the whole idea of Buttcoin is kind of based off of it's the meme off of Bitcoin, and it's also can be maybe classified in the fartcoin ecosystem. Buttcoin, fartcoin, titcoin, things like that. But the interesting thing with Buttcoin is there's a subreddit called Buttcoin, and it's people that just seethe that Bitcoin does real well. When Bitcoin tanks, they're like, "Yay, we told you so." When it goes to an all-time high, they freak out. It's a very famous, well, I wouldn't say it's a very famous, but it's a semi-famous crypto subreddit that, and this is the exact logo for it. It's just the two cheeks there. And you can see this, they're trying to market it based off of, you can see Buttcoin on Ethereum as imagined by Vitalik, who is the founder of Ethereum. He said back in 2018, he's made jokes about the whole Buttcoin thing. And so you can see a very bare bones website. I've put together websites that look like this. I know the format. This is like a website maker. So yeah, listen, this actually has a team. This coin, see, I would much rather do this and take a look at its actual price history. This coin, this is the, no, that's not the one. This is the one on Solana. So it's at 2.9 million. This is the one on Ethereum. It is under 100K. You can take a look at it. It released 26 days ago, so extremely risky. It kind of reminds me of the early price action of the Department of Government Efficiency coin, but it's not, I don't think it's going to go to 400 million or anything like that. But you can see, it had a few wicks at around 6 or 700K. It's retraced back to 34, 35K twice. Seems like there's maybe some support at around 34, 35K, and it's having a tough time breaking over 100K. At least it has, at least the past 2 or 3 weeks. So they are putting out tweets on this. You can see they've got an account. They've got around 200 followers. They say, oh, it's trending. Of course, this is a tough one because they're talking about the proof behind it. This is a tough one because it's the other one on Solana is bigger and it's older. The coin on Solana is older. So this one is 26 days old. The one on Solana, the main one that I talk about constantly, is 5 months old. And so this coin has wicked, actually it wicked to what? 45, 50 million. So honestly, this is still a small cap coin on Solana. It is. And I think this is probably the main play if you're looking for like a butt coin. Because when you think about it, we really don't have a meme branched directly off of Bitcoin, which is kind of insane. Like you would think there would be a Bitcoin 2.0, and there is a Bitcoin 2.0, but it's not. There's no team behind it, and there's like 2 different Bitcoin 2.0s. I've looked into it. But you would think the Buttcoin would be the ultimate because you get the Bitcoin meme, it's funny, it ties into the subreddit, and it is within the Fartcoin ecosystem. Fartcoin, Buttcoin, and obviously this one would work out better because it's on Solana. The issue with this is at 2.9 million, if you want to get 1% of the supply, you got to pay about $30,000. Nobody's doing that. Well, maybe if you're a whale, you'll do it and you have faith in it. But, nobody's really paying $30,000. With a coin like this, and again, it's extremely risky. It'll probably do worse. You could pay $1,000, get around 10%, or excuse me, get around 1% of the supply. Looks like they burned around 50 million of it. So the Buttcoin on Ethereum is interesting. Another one that I just remembered, it is Chudjack on Ethereum. So you can see this is the Solana one, and it's actually gone up since the last time I looked at it a week ago. It's at 5.5 million. The Ethereum one is hanging at around 58K. So this is another one. It's the Ethereum version of Chudjack. It was released later. It does. The last time I checked, like a few days ago, they are putting out tweets. They do have a team. I'm not sure if it's been CTO'd or if this is the same team that launched it, but it's the Ethereum. All right, we've got that. It's the Ethereum version, but basically no trading volume the past 24 hours. This coin was a bit higher, I think, if I remember correctly. This Chud Jack on Ethereum. Let's see. So the one on Solana 5.6 released over a year ago at this point. This was released 2 months ago. Yeah, so this one possibly is in an accumulation zone. It seemed like it wicked to around 7 or 800K. And, you know, you've seen the Stonks coins on Solana and Ethereum. They've been able to maintain market caps decently high. You know what? I wonder if you compare those Stonks coins, I wonder which one came out first and where their market caps are, just as a comparison. So this is the Solana one. It came out 5 months ago. Where is the Ethereum one? The Stonks on Solana is at 22 million. The Stonks on this one came out a year ago, and it's at 9 million. Well, so the one on Ethereum came out. I was hoping the one on Ethereum came out after it, but just so it'd be a better comparison. Because these coins that I'm showing on Ethereum, they came out after. So technically, they would be copies. You know, they're not the original coin on any chain. I mean, I guess you could argue, well, there were even coins before this that were Chud Jag, but like this is the main narrative play that's active right now. But this coin, it doesn't even look like it's active, actually. There hasn't been a single buy in the past. Yeah, I'm not sure this coin is even alive at this point. The coin might not, maybe that's not a great one to look at. Well, I mean, this is the thing with these coins. When you're talking about an Ethereum coin under 100K, the chances of it being alive are slim to none. It is on CoinGecko, so if somebody wanted to CTO it, it's on CoinGecko. And then you also have Moggy, which is the Chinese variant of Mogcoin. There's really no, think about it. When you've got Mogcoin, it's probably going to be a multi-billion-dollar coin. There's really no variants. There's no based Mog. There's no Chinese. Well, this is the Chinese one, and it's you know, they released it in 2024. It's there's nothing to it. There's no CTO. The last tweet I think was from over a year ago. So with a coin like this, believe it or not, it's actually trending up a little bit, but that's pretty much meaningless. So this is a coin that currently has a fully diluted market cap of 63K, and this is one to where it's like you're not really going to. I mean, it's bottom of the barrel. The thing is, you need it to be CTO'd. So when did this coin come out? About a year and a month ago. And it made a wick to around 2 million. And it's been doing nothing but trading at, it's actually trended up recently. It's trading below 63K. But yeah, this coin, it's kind of crazy. If they would have built this coin up, it very easily, I think, could be at like 4 or 5 million right now, based on the other Chinese, like Pepe and some of the other ones, Chinese coins. But they didn't build this coin up at all. The last tweet was from over a year ago. If they would have built it up, they could have easily be at like a $4 or $5 million market cap right now. So, you know, obviously a coin like this, it would have to be CTO'd. That's pretty much the only thing we can say about it. There are some buys, but this is, you know, bot activity. It's, you really can't, you know, there's just nothing to it. There'd have to be a lot of buys going into it, and then, you know, maybe you would see something. Maybe you would see some positive momentum, but there is that one. And then there's also another one I was looking at, and this one would also need the CTO, Pepe Gold. So it's right here. It's at 90K. This is the reason this is interesting is it's basically at this point 3 years old. I believe this coin, because you look at the Pepe coins, everyone talks about it. Yeah, this coin came out in 2022. The main Pepe coin that's at $6 billion came out in 2023. The Pepe coin, which is the OG 2016 one, when it moved to the Ethereum network, that was in 2023. This one came out in 2022, and it's at 90K, and it wicked in 2022 to 2.5 million. So it's Pepe Gold. You know, there's all these different Pepe variants. I think this is kind of a cool variant, honestly, and it has a serious price history. The oldest Pepe on the... That's not true, actually. You know, I did a video on the oldest. The oldest Pepe on Ethereum came out in 2020. But this is an old one, though. It is an old one. See, this is over a year ago. That's the problem with these things. You're looking at just coins that need to be resurrected. But because of the history on this coin, you can kind of see, does it not have locked liquidity? I mean, considering it came out when it came out, it probably had some problems. And yeah, these coins tend to have problems. These coins tend to have some serious problems in terms of, see, and then you're talking about a 2% buy, and that's going to kill the coin. Yeah, I would say this coin has no chance. You can't have a 2% meme coins. They can't have buy and sell taxes, especially now with this coin not having a team. Where does that money go? So that's unfortunate because it does have a price history to where if it came out in 2022, that's a pretty old coin. You can kind of market that in a way as a variant, as like the Pepe Gold. But I would say with a buy and sell tax, I would probably say not a very good one. Not a very good one to look at. And then you also have the XSP 69. Yeah, there it is right there. Here it is, the SXP 69, which is a branch off of the S&P 500. It's supposed to be 10% of the S&P 500 is the XSP. And so this is called the SXP 69. They wanted to get to, I remember this project, I had bought this project and then I sold it. They wanted to get to 10% of SPX 6900. It's just not going to happen, right? And this project completely died out, and it went through a phase to where recently they tried. It's maybe gotten picked up a little bit. I mean, the coin wicked a bit over $1 million. I mean, at 38K, it's very low in market cap, but the coin is, it would need to be resurrected. I think it's a pretty good branding, though, honestly. January 4th. Yeah, there's just nobody that is invested in this project to put time and effort into it. And the Telegram, I've been looking at it, it's basically dead. There's no hype or anything like that. Obviously, there's no raids. So you get projects like this that are just essentially dead, and maybe they get resurrected, maybe they don't. I mean, hypothetically, this would be a good narrative, because in real life, like if you look at the narrative here, it is 10% of the S&P 500. So you could kind of try and get it to that or play into it. It's not even going to load. There might not even be a website available. They might not have bought the yearly domain. Yeah, I don't know. But that's just another interesting one. I mean, I would say the thing is with these coins, they're just not, they're not alive. That's the thing. You look for coins under 100K on Ethereum, you're not going to find many. You're not going to find, I mean, this is what you can do. You can go to filters, Ethereum. I would go market cap. I mean, you want to go from like 50K to 110K. And I mean, this is kind of what you have to look for. And there's just, there's nothing here. Kamala Harris. Oh my goodness. Where's that Bitcoin? Did it go above 110K as I was talking? Because there's Pepe Gold right there. Oh, there it is. The Bitcoin. What is this coin? Huh. Is this coin even active? The Ethereum thing? What is this? The origins of the Ethereum logo. The coin had a massive sell-off. Man, 1.6 to 91K. Accumulation zone? Question. It's an accumulation window. The origins of Ethereum. Yeah. I mean, you find coins like this, maybe they get into an accumulation and then go back up. I don't know. Maybe it's more so a trade. I guess it would be more so a trade. I don't know. But those are some interesting ones. I mean, you're trying to find something. I would say maybe the Bitcoin, but even the Bitcoin, the problem with it is it's not the main one. I mean, they can try and say it's the main one, but it's just, this is just, I mean, it has an active community kind of. But yeah, some interesting, really low cap coins. A lot of these coins that would have to be CTO'd. I mean, that I showed. I mean, they can be resurrected, but you're relying on people to resurrect them if you buy them. That's the problem. It's not like you're buying in. Well, the other thing is most people with these coins, they'll buy in after people tell them to buy in, and then it's like, well, you're gonna get dumped on. I mean, these are meme coins. There's no utility to the people telling you to buy them, and I guess I'm in that category, but not really. I mean, it's not like I have a big following on here or anything like that. But yeah, listen, I'll just say there's just so many coins where influencers will be like, buy this, buy this. It's like, it's a meme coin. The coin has no utility. They're going to dump on you. And in some cases, maybe they don't. But I think everyone should be holding for the long term, just because at least, I don't know if I would say long term, but 6 months, midterm maybe. At least until the end of this until we get this alt cycle or alt season. But yeah, guys, that's basically just some random coins below 100K or around 100K. Make sure you like the video down below.